there's this video of an MCA from Kakamega that was going around. I saw it yesterday, but I did not realize that this guy was an MCA. Nilikuwa ndani mtu mwenye ndio anataka kutafuta kura labda MP ama MCA. So today I realized from one of the bloggers for ODM that yeye ni MCA, ni majority whip of ODM in Kakamega County. And something amazing about this is that this guy was talking about ODM. Alikuwa amevaa hoodie ya ODM pale akiongelesha watu wa Kakamega, I think in his own ward. Watu wakamwambia toe hoodie ya ODM. Akasema ni ati akapeana excuse, alikuwa tu amevaa hood kwa sababu kulikuwa na kabaridi. Ikabidi atoe hood mbele ya watu. Na akasema watu wamemsomea sana juu amevaa hood ya ODM. Na akasema yeye amekubali, yeye hataki mambo ya ng'oo huko Kakamega. So viewers, I want you to watch this video.
Nimekuja na nimeshambuliwa. Kwanza mtu wa kwanza kunishambulia ni macho ine. Na mvua ikaanza kunyesha, nikasema nivae hii. Lakini sababu naona kura zangu zitapunguka, simuniruhusu tutoe ODM kwa. Tutoe ODM kwa. Hello. Wanaweza sifiwa. Muniruhusu, mimi hiyo nilikuwa najikinga mvua. So muniruhusu tutoe ODM, sisi tulisema ODM imefanya nini? ODM imeenda, si ndio hiyo? So kama wametoa Sifuna, sisi tunabaki tukifanya nini huko? Huyu amesema nisiende kwa ng'oo. Haya, mimi nimekuja hapa.
Tell me what do you think before we go in and talk about it, because this is what I have been telling you, that in Western Kenya ODM is going to have a very hard time. Yeah, especially if ODM cannot sell itself as an independent party. Lazima wakisell ODM waeke broad based, waeke Ruto. It will be very, very difficult. So viewers, before we dive into our analysis, welcome to One Ball Brain. My name is Omar Brian, and as usual, remember to subscribe to our channel. That is how you support us. And also remember to leave a comment and tell us from where you are. If you are in Western Kenya, leave a comment and tell me if the ground is not shifting, because from where I am here in Busia, the ground is shifting. People have question marks over ODM and its leaders. So if you are an ODM leader, just know that people are questioning you. People are looking at you and say, hey, we voted you last time, but remember we voted you because we wanted Raila to have MPs. Yeah, we voted for you last time because we wanted Raila to have MPs akiingia for presidency. Yeah, that was one of the reasons we were voting for this ODM guys, because we wanted Raila to have MPs, we wanted Raila to have governors, we wanted Raila to have enough senators. Because Raila was coming to us and telling us that, hey, mnipatie majeshi, siwezi enda vita na nikose majeshi. So we were giving him the army, but we have realized that the army that we gave Raila Amolo Odinga the late, this army has some people who are very pathetic, people who really do not care about people. Wanaongea vibaya. They don't really care about the issues of the people. So long as hao wamekula wameshiba, then they are just comfortable with it. Wako comfortable so long as they are full. And that is what we are learning recently from these leaders who are trying to force broad-based and Rutos to us. But they don't remember that we gave them votes because of the leader that we loved. But now, things are changing. So let's get into it. The first reasons why I think that ODM is really dead, and it will be proved in 2027, is because the MCA said that once they removed Sifuna from ODM, then that means that the people of Western Kenya are not accepting anything yenye inaendeana na ODM. Watu wa Western wenyewe wanakataza MCA. Hey, MCA, hiyo huditoa. Watu walitoa mtoto wetu kwa chama. Watu hawataki kusupport watu wetu. Yeah. People of ODM only want ODM to get votes from Western, but when it comes to important things, hawataki vitu important zikuje Western. Developments zero. Na pia tuko na useless leaders hapa Western wenye they are not doing anything to be able to elevate the poverty levels zenye ziko Western. Hawataki watu Western wapate majobs. Western people have the most useless jobs in this country, and we have leaders in government who are doing nothing. Why are you not taking that advantage of making sure that also people from Western also are allocated better roads, better things, better factories zetu zilikuwa zinaandika watu wetu tena zinauziwa private sector. Private sector nayo kichukua inataka tu kuiba mashamba huko, inataka tu facilities huko. They are not even interested in running these companies. Companies in Western Kenya are dying. and these were the only source of income for the people. These were only source of livelihood for the people. Watu wa miwa walipi on time. Unakaa unaweza hata uza miwa ukufe before ulipwe. And you guys are telling us that we need to support ODM and broad-based again. When now ODM team inasema kwa gava, it cannot push agendas of the people of Western. Here in Busia, rice farming, we have an issue of a pump. Yeah, there's a mismanagement. There's a pump that cannot pump water to all the acreages in Bunyala. Why can't we have a new pump? Why, if these broad-based guys are just serious, if the MPs are just serious and the government, why can't we just come and get the National Irrigation Board a new pump? Because you guys are donating a lot of money to things that do not make sense. Mbona uende utoe sijui 15 million kwa women empowerment? What will women empowerment really do if you go down to the last person mwenye umempatia empowerment? Most likely hiyo 5k, hiyo 10k yenye umepatia kila mwanamke itakulwa tu, because people have many issues. Watu wako na school fees, wako na mashida. People just eat that money. But if you are able to invest in something, like for example, you come and have 2 pumps in Bunyala and you expand the irrigation scheme, man, many people are employed. People are growing rice all throughout the year. You come here and you set up a milling plant, whereby you say that all rice coming from Bunyala must be bought when processed. Weke pale, all farmers wanaleta, you process, you pay them on time. Wanaacha hapo mchele, you guys you process, you guys you sell, you employ people there from the community and from the nation, and that is how a nation grows. Industrialization. But you guys are not interested in industrialization. Nyinyi mnapenda handouts, mnataka kutupatia do. Patia to 5k. I saw that KC MP Zahandra giving 5k to women is a good thing, but I'm just asking myself, ndio atabuy stock, lakini how will that stock last? That is the question we ask ourselves. Empowerment. You need to empower people by give them 2k, 5k. How will that money last? How long will that money last? But if you can do a project that has a lasting effect, that will feed these people, their children, the generation to come, their wives, because if you invest in an economic activity that changes the whole community, that empowers the whole community. I remember when Bunyala started doing rice farming, I was being told, yeah, it has helped many families be able to send their kids to university. When you come to Bunyala now, you realize that most kids have gone to university because of rice farming. And that is how an economic activity can empower community. But now people have gone to school, but now where are the jobs? That is now the problem that you have, because in Kenya, come on, no connection, no jobs for you. And that is what we are saying, that we need to change the leadership in this country, whereby people can be able to go to school and get jobs. People can be able to go to and do something and be employed, because that is the goal of going to school. You are going to school to get ideas, to get skills, but also you can be able to get employment, or you can be able to sell your skills to be able to get something in return. So good policies can go a long way in making sure that people become better than these handouts, than this empowerment, than this kuchangisha kwa kanisa, which only empowers the pastor and the church. Building a bigger church, giving a pastor a Mercedes-Benz or a TX does not help the community. You are only helping one person. Yeah, you're only helping the pastor, his wives, and maybe the people in the council of the church. So from what the MCA said, the first thing is that ODM is really dead. Because the second thing he talked about is that yeye hatafata huyo Ng'o. Ng'o is Oburu, of course, because he's the one who started the Ng'o thing. So it seems that people in ODM wenyewe wanajua that Oburu cannot lead them anywhere, because he's a weak leader. He's going for the senatorship. How can you follow a person who's going for the senatorship of Siaya? Mtu atakuwa senator, hakuna vile mtu atakuwa senator can come and campaign for you in Kakamega. And everybody knows that a party is only strong as its presidential candidate, as its party leader being in national politics. That is how strong a party is. And everybody has realized that. And this Dr. Power said that how ni Ng'o hawatakuwa on the presidential ticket. They don't have a president or a deputy president in this coming election. Au watasaidia tu Raila Ruto aingie kwa power. Then that automatically means that most of their members do not have that national leader mwenye atakuja kuwasukumia vitu on the ground. Because guys, we all know Oburu age yake pia imeenda. And I know Oburu cannot do that whole Kenya going to campaign for ODM candidates, or different areas going to campaign for ODM candidates, because that is a difficult task for him and for his age. And we all know that even hizi small events zenye anafanya, he's already struggling with them. Yeah, he's not like he's acutely sharp or he's into them or unaona that ako na energy. No, the guy does not have energy. The guy ana energy, the guy does not have that charisma. The guy does not also know how to make the crowds listen to him. The guy does not also know how to control the crowd and how to control his own party. So you get that the guy is down here looking, where can we go so that we can retain our seats? In Western Kenya, there is only one wave that can make sure that you retain your seat, and that is the Linda Mwananchi wave. And sharp leaders have already realized that. I hope you have seen that picture of the Didimas, Weta, Mudavadi, and this leader Waluke, these leaders opposed to Sifuna. They have been holding meetings trying to make sure that the 26th of July declaration in Posta grounds in Bungoma does not happen. Yeah, I've seen those pictures, and they're really interesting when you see that the government, allied politician can come together to be able to plan for you. That means you're powerful. And Sifuna is getting powerful in Western Kenya. I know most people do not realize that, but Sifuna is getting powerful. Yeah. So me seeing this MCA saying that because they removed Sifuna, you people are not allowing me to associate with that party, it means that removal of Sifuna from ODM will eventually hurt ODM not only in Western Kenya but even in its other stronghold, because Linda Mwananchi will also take over in Coast. Linda Mwananchi will also take over in all the other stronghold of ODM. Remember, Nairobi is also a stronghold of ODM, and Sifuna will also take over that. The young vote that was voting for ODM will be taken over by Sifuna, because ODM no longer supports young people. ODM no longer prioritize the young people. Wanataka tu kutumia young people kama goons na people for hire. You see that young people ni kama people for hire, hiring them in buses waende events zao wajaze, hiring them everywhere, kuwapatia tu 2,000 waende events, wakai kwa mabasi waende wajaze nini, waende for conventions, things that do not add any sense to anything. Yeah, so that is what happened. That point is that the MCA realizes that him wearing the hood itamharibia kura, and people think that is a small thing, but most politicians always know what is happening on the ground because they have informers. Yeah, and when you see an MCA saying that kuvaa hood ya ODM inamharibia kura, then that means things are really serious on the ground. Kama ODM has really lost the plot on the ground, and it's very, very, very true that ODM does not have that grasp, and they have really lost their love from the people, because ODM was not giving people anything. Yeah, even ODM was just loved. We just voted for ODM because of love for Raila, and also because we thought that ODM was a party that really fought for the people. But we are now seeing these ODM characters when you're broad-based, will wanna behave, the way they are behaving, the way they are talking about people, the way they are talking about issues, and wanasema hey, kama wazedi wenye tulikuwa tunataka kuweka government bana, it's better they did not get into government, because we have seen that these guys are worse than even Wasawaruto. They are worse, the way they talk. They think that now ni kama wamefika mwisho wa everything, wamesahau watu ndio wanekanga watu in power. They even forget that for them to get those CS positions, people died in maandamano for them to get those positions. So this MCA has really shown us that it's true, the ground and ODM are really far between each other. Watu wanaenda wakiacha ODM, na Sifuna is taking over that ground that initially was an ODM ground. And if you are an ODM supporter, you need to make sure that you understand this, that ODM needs to do a lot to regain its ground, because after 2027 ODM will be a shell, because once it loses these seats to Linda Mwananchi, then it will become a shell. Yeah, so I hope that ODM can be able to redeem it earlier by having better strategy, by doing better, by fighting for the people, by standing with the people. It doesn't matter kama uko broad based. Raila always stood by the people. Raila knew that game. He knew that the people are the supreme. But this current crop of leaders, I care about the people. I kumbuki that the people are the supreme leaders ikikuja kwa hizi mambo za politics. If you do not listen to the people to the ground, you are doomed. So viewers, I want you to leave a comment and tell us, what do you think? Because this MCA in Kakamega, who is the majority whip in Kakamega, has just revealed that the ground really does not want to associate itself with ODM, and even a hoodie that is branded ODM, even without you saying you are supporting ODM, will make people question you and will make you lose votes in front of your electorate. So tell me, this is 2026. Sifuna has not announced that he's going for the presidency. What if Sifuna make the announcement that he is going for the presidency? Remember, the opinion polls are saying that Sifuna has what? Is it Ruto has 34%, Kalonzo 13, and Kalonzo 12, and Matiang'i 12. Yeah? If you combine these guys, if you combine them, they have 24 plus 13. That's 37. Kalonzo, Sifuna, and Matiang'i combined only. Ujeka Gashago, Ujeka Nani, they can win against Ruto. So that is how easy this thing is in 2027. That if the united opposition decide to unite, which I know will be difficult, some of them will be bought as usual. Some of them will shift. I have already started seeing that Eugene Omalu are complaining that Sifuna and Natembea should not form a new party, but a new party will be formed by force by fire, because nobody is going to use DAP party yenye wao umefungia ikuwe watu wa Kakamega na Bongoma utaki kuimeka a national party to be able to use it for 2027. No, nobody will use DAP, because you brought in DAP and you closed DAP up. You are not doing enough. You are not going on the ground. You are not supporting things. DAP yako hii. What projects have you done for nini yenye umepush for the people of Western region? Yeah, because party should be vehicles to push for development. Party should be vehicles to push for better Kenya. Yeah. So just know that ODM is losing ground in Western, but this ground is now being occupied by a new man, Sifuna, and whichever direction he decide to go, that is the direction that Western Kenya will take. So I know that there will be some guys who will be revolting, like Eugene, but Eugene has no choice, because if he does not align himself with Sifuna, then he'll be gone. He'll be gone. I saw a Munyinyi, who is also a DAP member, saying that they are heading in Sifuna'S direction. So politicians are smart. Politicians will always go in that direction where they feel that watapata kura na watapata kiti. So if you do not listen to your ground, then 2027 politics will be difficult. But the good thing about this all is that people are really informed now, and I think that people can make better decisions. So viewers, as we watch this, we wish the people of Volcala all the best as they go into their by-election. So see you on the next one.